What is up, MFers? If you haven't heard the term before, Michigan Football Report, MFR. If you watch the show, that makes you an MFer. Thanks so much for watching today. We're going to talk about Jim Harbaugh's contract extension and look into the interesting scenario with a lot of the assistant coaches and their contracts. So get into that in a second. I want to make sure you guys know the link and know the request. YouTube.com/Michigan TV. Subscribe to the channel. We've rocketed past 11,500 subscribers, getting close to 12,000. Have almost tripled our subscriber number just since the summer when things got back and rolling with Michigan football and fall camp. And as you see close up, I grew it out. Michigan mustache. Lucky mustache for the Ohio State game, but that game's not happening. So I want to ask you guys this. One-word reaction to Michigan versus Ohio State being canceled. Go down in the comments. Let me know your one-word reaction. And hell, I'm not going to limit you guys. If you want to make it a 100-word reaction, if you want to tell me all about your thoughts on this one, cool. But, one word's all that is necessary to get the juices flowing, get the comments rolling down there. I'll give my one word. I hate to say this. Want the game to happen just for a tradition standpoint, but kind of relieved because I think Michigan would have lost by 70 points, and that's not even an exaggeration because of the amount of players who would have been out and the lack of depth at quarterback position and what they would have to do at that position. So we're going to get into the latest around Jim Harbaugh, around his contract extension, who's to blame, why it's come this far, and what to think about the assistant coaches, including one assistant coach deleting some tweets. So toss into story number one on today's show, Jim Harbaugh contract extension. So this isn't new news. We're here on a Tuesday evening, so we know what happened yesterday. We know the rumors out there on Saturday, so I'll kind of go back to it before we jump into some of the latest stuff. Saturday, Rivals comes out and says, Jim Harbaugh, 3-year extension. It's signed. It's done. It's over. He's going to announce it on Monday or Tuesday. Okay, cool. Then Sunday, Pro Football Talk, is that what it is? Pro Football Focus Talk, Pro Football Talk comes out with a tweet by NBC Sports. Harbaugh, eyeing the NFL. Michigan career over. Then on Monday, nobody knows. But then late Monday night, John U. Bacon, a man who has been profiting off Michigan football by writing books for years and has donated none to any causes, he's just a carpetbagger. Just kidding about that. But you know who John U. Bacon is. He basically says, what he's hearing is that Jim, from sources, of course, is that Jim Harbaugh's got a contract extension from Warde Manuel. They've been talking about it. Lower base salary, a bigger pool for his assistants. He goes on. He doesn't know how to thread tweets, but he does the old 2 of 2 thing. That the ball is in Harbaugh's court, that 5 or so NFL teams have reached out to Jim Harbaugh, and that it's on Jim Harbaugh's decision whether he wants to accept this offer or not. So what I want to know, the reason that I am bringing this up is, why are we talking contract? Why is Jim Harbaugh negotiating with the University of Michigan, with their athletic director, Warde Manuel? Why is anybody like John Bacon or Rivals.com or the NFL or Pro Football Talk getting information from sources? If you believe they have sources, which that's debatable, I think it's sometimes. Why is this happening the week of the Ohio State game? That's not being played, but we didn't know that till earlier today. So why is this game being played? Why are we negotiating? Why is the eye not on the prize? Imagine this scenario. Imagine it's 2 or 3 years from now, and Ryan Day's got his second last year of his contract, and all of a sudden, all these contract talks spring up. Ryan Day to the NFL, the guy who's written books and has had unlimited access to the program, John Bacon, from multiple books, one on Rich Rod, one on Brady Hoke, one on Jim Harbaugh, is coming out with these sources. Who do you think is telling John Bacon this? It's not some random piece, fairy dust in the sky that he's just grabbing rumors from. It's either Jim Harbaugh directly or Harbaugh's dad or someone that Harbaugh talks to that says, tell John Bacon to put this out. It's coming from Harbaugh directly. So why is Jim Harbaugh focusing on this during the game? On the other side, why is Warde Manuel, potentially Mark Schlissel, Michigan's athletic director and president, why was this not taken care of in 2018? Why was this not taken care of after the 2019 season? I don't know the answers to this, but what we do know about these, rumored offers is that Jim Harbaugh may have a 3-year deal on the table with a lower salary, and it is incentive-based. So we're going to get more into that contract here in a moment, but since we're Ohio State week, not happening now, but it was prior to this afternoon. Who is to blame for this contract talks, for this distraction during the Ohio State game, and letting this thing, go and drag out so it just becomes a media circus, which has become? If it's Jim Harbaugh, type Jim. If it's Warde Manuel, type Warde. If it's Mark Schlissel, go on and type Mark. I'm going to make this the pinned comments on the video, so go down. You might get hit with the YouTube ad break. Reply, give me your thoughts, scroll back up. The ad should be done. All right, some more thoughts on this situation, because it really irritates me when Michigan's supposed to be getting ready to play Ohio State in year 6 under the can't-miss coach in Jim Harbaugh. What I've been hearing all offseason is that, they were ready to sign a contract in January or February, but, they didn't prioritize it, just wasn't the top of mind for anybody, so they were going to do it in March or April, and then coronavirus happened, and athletic department budgets and advertising budgets go out the window. Well, they can't do it now because people will get mad at us. It's during the pandemic that Jim Harbaugh wants to get a contract extension, as if we don't know that football coaches make a lot of money. Okay, cool. So imagine the backlash now. We're putting this out on Tuesday. Things could change. We can't go back and edit YouTube videos, so anything could change. But imagine the backlash you will face re-signing a 2-4 coach in year 6 who has not won a Big Ten championship, has not won a Big Ten East, has not beat Ohio State, is 3-3 against Michigan State, and has set records for futility in home games, like most points given up in the first half, most biggest home loss in history, like the Wisconsin game this year, first time ever losing into an 0-5 team like they did a couple weeks ago to Penn State. Imagine the backlash and just the laughingstock Michigan's going to be when they extend Harbaugh now. If Harbaugh had 3 or 4 years left in his contract, it would probably be a very easy decision. Of course, Jim Harbaugh's coming back. He's our guy. He's doing this. But you painted yourself in this corner where you've got to extend him before signing day in 8 days, or he goes into a lame duck situation. So I kind of consider Jim Harbaugh right now a lame duck coach because I don't believe Michigan's going to play another football game this year. So if Michigan's going to brag and continue to brag about being the winningest program, being the leaders and best, everything you see marketed around this program is around those 2 topics. They charge Alabama and Ohio State prices, but they give us Iowa results. If you extend Jim Harbaugh 4 or 5 years, folks, I think all you're saying to your fans is we value being a Michigan man more than we value winning. Now, the Michigan-Ohio State game is not going to happen this weekend, but you can still get in on the action. If they're not having a game, you can get in the game with BetUS, our sportsbook partner. Look, I'm not going to lie. I put one of the biggest bets I've ever put on in my life, a real bet, not a joking $100,000 bet, on the Michigan-Ohio State game about 30 minutes before the game was canceled because it was finally able to be bet at BetUS. Michigan was a 28.5-point underdog. I'm like, no way in hell they're going to cover that. It'll be like 65-3. But I'm going to be betting college football, NFL games all weekend long. Chatsports.com/GoBlue. You have to use that URL and our promo code GoBlue to get the 125% deposit bonus. And to make you feel better about the Michigan-Ohio State game getting canceled, a little Christmas present. If you get started, new BetUS customers who make a deposit, go to chatsports.com/GoBlue and then email us at michigan@chatsports.com to redeem the jersey. Michigan football, go blue at chatsports.com. Michigan football jersey from us to you for getting started and making your first deposit with our sportsbook partner, BetUS. So chatsports.com/GoBlue. Use that promo code GoBlue when you deposit, and then email us, goblue@chatsports.com to redeem the jersey. We'll get some info from you. We'll get that jersey out and on its way. All right, more to talk about with this contract extension, this thing. Like, it literally reminds me, by the way, of I'm already somebody who runs late. I'm running late, right? I got to be at a meeting in 10 minutes. I'm 13 minutes out, and I run out of gas and get a flat tire. That's what this contract extension means, because I could have got gas last night, right? I could have left early for the meeting, but I didn't. Michigan football, a lot of the same things, right? They wait to the last minute. Oh, coronavirus happens. We can't announce it now. Okay, we'll wait for the season to start. We'll wait till this. Oh, we lost a couple games. People will look at us badly. Okay, cool. We'll wait till Ohio State week? What? But the other thing I wanted to mention on this whole thing is 6 of Michigan's 10 assistant coaches, 6 of 10, are 1 month and 3 days away from their contract expiring. So the following 6 coaches, contracts expire. No buyout. They have no contract on January 11th, 2021. Offensive line coach, Ed Warner. Running backs coach and special teams coordinator, Jay Harbaugh. Get him out of there. Tight ends coach, Sharon Moore. Mike Zordich, the only coach who's been with Jim Harbaugh all 6 years, the cornerbacks coach. Ben McDaniels, frankly, I think he needs to be gone with the quarterback development the last few years. Regardless, his contract expires on January 11th, 2021. And then Sean Nua, just finished up his second year, signed a 2-year contract as Michigan's defensive line coach. And frankly, the defensive line, I mean, he's kind of riding Greg Madison's coattails last year. They have not developed at all, and really, frankly, poor job done with guys like Mozzie Smith and some others. But want to make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. It's youtube.com/MichiganTV. If you like shows like this, if you like the latest on Michigan football, no spin, no fluff, not getting permission like the blog boys to put out hard-hitting information, subscribe. We're nearing 12,000 subscribers. youtube.com/MichiganTV. Be an MFer. All right, speaking of assistant coaches, I woke up on Monday morning to some hilarity, some jokes, which is Ohio State recruiting coordinator Mark Pantoni, and I think a lot of Ohio State people, but I think what I saw, Pantoni got the ball rolling, retweeting a Josh Gattis tweet from earlier in the year, right? Back from March. And so toss the tweet up on the screen here. So tweet basically says, if you can zoom in there on your screen, it's Josh Gattis in his offense. That is the reverse play, because he had a video on it, of Giles Jackson taking the reverse, scoring the first touchdown against Ohio State in the 2019 game, and basically saying, hey, Corona might be holding us back, but we're not going to hold ourselves back next year and make unforced errors. We've got the playbook. We know what to do. And then someone messaged me last night, and then I saw a DM from somebody this morning, and I'm like, wait a second, let me go check it out. So toss that second one up. Let me go check out this Josh Gattis tweet, because once I saw Ohio State people getting on it, I retweeted it with one shrug emoji, like, okay, Gattis, I guess this tweet from March is coming back to bite us in the ass. Take a look at the bottom of that screenshot. Deleted the tweet. This is not the first time he's deleted the tweet, Josh Gattis. It is I think a staple of the Michigan program, and something that you should be concerned about if Jim Harbaugh returns to the coach, that I am concerned about, is this talking trash when there's nothing on the line. Josh Gattis and Matt Dudek, the worst tweet deleter in the program, Michigan's recruiting coordinator, talking trash when there's not a game coming up. Talking trash months before signing day. Dudek wanted to go at Alabama all the time. Well, then they just dominate you in recruiting and all this different stuff, and they beat Michigan on the field, and Dudek went back and deleted all of his Alabama tweets. Now Josh Gattis, for the second time, boasting about how he's going to do all these big things. We all see the product in the field. He goes back and deletes all the old tweet. Ohio State fans were absolutely roasting him because some of their staffers were retweeting and quote tweeting the tweet from March of Gattis, basically saying, hey, Ohio State didn't stop us last year. We stopped ourselves. This year is going to be something else. So Josh Gattis, you may have coached your last game at Michigan. I don't think there's a chance, 25% chance, let's say. I don't think there's a strong chance that he will return as OC, whether it's with or without Jim Harbaugh next year. So I say this, own it, Josh, okay? If you're going to tweet that stuff out in March, I don't care what happens. Either work your ass off all summer and spring long, make sure you can develop quarterbacks, make sure you can develop wide receivers, make sure your star players like Nico Collins come back to the team, or just don't tweet stuff like that, okay? Or maybe have a little humility. Guys call you out for it, have a little humility. Just give a shrug emoji like I had. I think that would have brought some laughs, potentially, like it did when I did it. So that's the show for today, folks. Jim Harbaugh, contract talks, Michigan football offensive assistants, Josh Gattis deleting tweets. If you like the show, make sure to subscribe by hitting this button here on YouTube. And if you haven't watched some of our videos from earlier in the week, I got the Michigan-Ohio State game cancel reaction and a Michigan football report video from Sunday right here. Go Blue.